Now in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a scooter that you ride it in a seated position, which is going to open this up to a wide variety of people who would like to ride a scooter, but may be a little bit intimidated of standing up and riding the scooter as you see most scooters ridden today. This is a scooter also that has great range. We're talking about 20 miles an hour top speed, and it's super comfy to ride. Let's go ahead and check it out. Now, one of the things that we'll call out immediately as we take a look at this scooter is the thing that is the most obvious, right? And that is the fact that this is a scooter that is meant to be ridden in a seated position. And you can see right here that we have our seat, and that the design of the scooter itself, while it does look like a traditional scooter, it really focuses on that seated position ride. And what you'll also notice is that the steering column, and we're going to see that in a couple seconds, is actually shorter because it's intended to be ridden as a seated scooter. Now the specs are no joke. These are good specs. The specs you're looking at is a 500 watt motor, 40-mile range, and you're looking at also 20 miles per hour as a top speed. Now the tires themselves, which you can see right here on the side, the tires are wide tires, but they're also puncture proof, right? So these are anti-puncture tires and they are anti-skid. So they are pneumatic tires, right? Now they're 10-inch tires and they give you an incredibly comfortable ride. The one thing I will mention that I noticed during my ride is that because you're in a seated position and you're turning left and right, you will have to get used to the turning radius and just the overall maneuverability, because typically when you ride a scooter and you're standing up, you balance the scooter differently. So with this scooter, things change quite a bit, especially if you've ridden a scooter before. Now the scooter is also going to be able to support a max weight of 300 pounds. That's the actual payload for the scooter. So that means that you'll be able to not only have an adult riding the scooter, but you'll also be able to have some groceries or things with you. You already heard we cover this quite often. We talk about the fact that we use our scooters to go around our neighborhood and also to our grocery store. So this is going to be able to support an adult and also some groceries or some other goods. Now the scooter steering column and handlebars pretty straightforward. You basically have a braking mechanism here on the side. You then also have your bell, right? And that's going to ring here on the side. You can see our dog is just jumping up when he sees it. You have your throttle, and then what you have here is your display. Let me turn this on for you, because one of the things that I'll highlight is that this display is one of the brightest displays that I've seen of a scooter of this type. You do have a memory function here that allows you to switch from one speed mode to a second speed mode to a third speed mode, and then also you can turn on the included light. It does have an LED light that is quite bright, and that's going to give you again some great visibility at night. Now to turn on the light, all you have to do is press this once and the light will turn on. You'll notice that the display will go dim, and then you can see right here how my hand is being lit up because of the LED. Now this is going to be enough to indicate or let someone know that you are on a path, and you'll be able to see your way in the path. Now one of the other cool things about it is that it does have a rear marker, an LED light, that does light up as well. And this LED light lights up when you press the brake. It flashes, and you'll see that in a second, but then when the light is on, there's a steady light that turns on, and then when you press it, it does flash as well. Now before taking a look at that, I just want to highlight one other area here, a feature, which is this hook. This is a great grocery bag hook, so if you want to hook anything with you, a backpack, a bag, a purse, you'll be able to do that right here. Now the rear light, as we were talking about, as soon as you press the power button, disappears or turns off, but if you press the brake, it's basically going to light up and let someone know that you're braking. If you press the light on again, the light will turn on, and that will permanently turn on the marker. If you do press on the brake, it's going to flash, and then when you let go, the light remains on. Now it does come with a really easy to use kickstand, and you can see that the seat here is pretty wide. It's going to give you a very comfortable ride. It's soft. It's kind of like, I would say, almost like a motorcycle seat, so it's not soft where you sink in it, but it is firm enough to support you, and it's also very comfortable to ride. The only thing I would say that's missing is that it doesn't have a back, so if you need something with the back support, that's not going to have it. But all in all, riding on this scooter, given the type of tires that it has and the seating situation, it's really, really comfortable. Now on the front of the scooter, you do have a lock and unlock mechanism, and this mechanism right here is going to allow you to fold the scooter. So I'm just going to pull it up to unlock it and then pull forward, and then this is going to come out and just fold back just like that. This is going to give you a lot of flexibility also because it gives you the ability to put this in the back of, let's say, an SUV. It would fit in a trunk too, laying down, but if you want to take this, let's say, to a very populated area, like maybe a downtown setting, or if you're going to a park, you'd be able to use this, fold it, and then take it with. Now the last thing I'll highlight about the scooter is going to be the actual cable management. It is super clean. Cable comes from the brake mechanism
goes into the steering column, tucks away, comes out, and disappears. That's it. Now for those of you curious as to where the charging port can be found, here you have it right here on the side. All right guys, so at first glance, this is probably one of the most unique looking scooters that we've had on the channel in quite some time. What we're seeing is almost like if it was a Vespa scooter, is the best way I can put it, because while it still has the look and feel of a standard scooter, meaning the stand-up version, I'm actually sitting, and this is a fixed seat, meaning that it's not something that you can remove, at least not to my knowledge there. The other thing that is unique is how low the actual steering column is. So you notice right here, the steering column is rather low because, again, it's designed to be a sitting scooter, just like you see right here. Now, the tires of the scooter are pneumatic, they are tubed, and it provides a really, I would say, comfortable ride. So as I'm riding the scooter, I'm telling you, the bumps, everything that is on the road, really not really felt that much at all. So you can really tell when you're riding a scooter that has tube tires. Now, it does come with an extra tube. So in the event that you do run any form of puncture, you'll be able to replace it with the included tube that they included in the kit with the scooter. Now, scooter does have a bell. You can see that right there. You heard that. It has a brake as well. And it also has cruise control. So I'll raise my hand right here. And you'll notice that I am not in any way pressing the throttle. So again, raising my hand, no throttle here. It is doing it on its own. Now, cruise control is enabled when you're holding the throttle at a specific speed for a specific amount of time, just a few seconds. So you'll see a flash on the actual screen on the display indicating that cruise control is already kicked in. So literally, as soon as you see that little flashing and you let go, it's in cruising mode. So it's at the fastest speed that the scooter can go. Now, it has the bell, it does have a brake, and then also it has some really nice grips here that are rubberized and that have good palm resting. So you can rest your palms here really nice. The throttle, this is a folding scooter, so this scooter will fold. And pretty much, I would say the only big difference for me with this scooter is going to be just the turning radius, and this is a little bit different. Because I'm so used to standing up and balancing the scooter myself, I normally find that turning this, there's kind of like a wiggle, a wobble to it. But it's just because of, I think, the center of gravity and the way things are a little bit different. You can see that it's still highly maneuverable, so you can see how I'm moving around here. But it does take a little getting used to. Now, the scooter does have a hook right here for groceries, which is nice. And you all hear that Nola and I are always on our scooters or on our e-bikes getting groceries. You do have 3 speeds on the scooter, so that you can enable those just by pressing the memory button, and it will go from speed 1 to speed 2 and speed 3. Right now, this is a really comfortable cruising speed.
So guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next video.